Hey everybody, this is Come and Party with Nick, now here for another segment of my birthday special for Dominic for 2026, and this time we're going to be playing some Mario Kart World. So yeah, this will be a lot of fun, and let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do for this segment is probably like two normal races, and then, two sets of normal races, and then two knockout tours. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
And I've got a whole bunch of special guests with me today. Actually, I got nice showing here. I've got the video game fans again. So welcome on in, Daniel and Dominic.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Hello.
I've got Armon 2017 here.
Hey.
I got Astro Montana.
Hi everybody.
I've got Dylan though, who's currently muted right now. And of course, I've also got my real life friend Grant here to race with us.
Hey.
So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. It should be fun.
Yeah. I'm ready for some Mario Karting.
Yep.
Yeah, Mario Kart Madness. I'm ready to get Mario Karted, kind of like with me on Sonic Racing Cross World, where I call it Racing Cross World Karted because, well, that happened to me. That happened to me quite a bit of times throughout my playtime. But hey, at least I can say I did manage to get to Legend rank on the online, and on top of that, I managed to get the Supersonic Hero title on the Sonic Friendship thing. So I'm happy on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
That is very nice for sure.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to glaze Sonic Racing Cross Worlds too much, simply because otherwise I'm gonna glaze it throughout the whole video. But all I'm gonna say is that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, just definitely buy it. That's all I'm gonna say in that regard. Well, assuming you guys have the money for that, that is. So.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. I definitely do agree.
Yeah.
Dominic is definitely not wrong right here, because I definitely do think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is a lot of fun from what I have played out of it.
Yeah, but Cross Worlds is definitely a really solid time.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, I didn't know you could jump on those flowers. Okay, they're not complaining here.
Yeah.
Someone just burned me.
Any game that has Joker Persona 5 in it is bound to be good. Like.
Well, hey, the Persona series is another thing I glaze over too. So you guys what you will.
Oh yeah, I love Persona. Like, I still need to play through 4, but I love 1 and 3. I mean, no, 3 and 5. 3 and 5. I also need to play 1 and 2, but Atlas won't make those available.
Well, yeah, the only way you can really play them now is something I'm not going to on the video, but you know, but like one of these days, I'm hoping that Atlas they do eventually, port them.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not doing good at all this race. I'm probably gonna have a really low ranking, but it's alright. It happens like that sometimes.
Bombs.
Yeah, it gives you that.
Well, it's understandable. It's understandable. Besides, I don't really play Mario Kart World online all that much. And matter of.
Okay, actually, I'll take 5th. That's not bad. Also, GG Armon.
GG's all the same, but you know, like, I haven't really played. I mean, ever since I got Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I haven't really booted up Mario Kart World all that often. I still play it sometimes, but yeah, ever since I got Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I just don't really play it all that much because I think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is better. Be impressed. When it was a rental thing, then my stepdad borrowed from GameFly or GameStop or whatever it is.
Yeah, I remember GameFly. Is that still a thing?
I'll have to Google it later. I'm gonna assume it probably isn't because I haven't heard of them in years. Ever since I moved to my old apartment before moving here to the new one, so I haven't heard of them in years.
Hello.
I forgot all about GameFly. I thought they went extinct by now.
Oh my god, GameFly? Oh, I haven't heard of them in a long time.
I remember the commercials for GameFly back in the day. I think they work so good from what I've seen on them. I assume that GameFly is still around right here, but I'm not 100% sure.
I could probably look it up and like after this race while we're still like I don't know. I'll probably look it up after this race because I want to know.
Oh, okay, that wasn't nice. Whoever used that red shell on me, but that's okay. It's Mario Kart. What am I expecting?
A communication error. What?
I'm sorry to hear that, Astro. Hopefully you can get back in.
Hey, Nintendo! I promise I'm not going to complain about it throughout the whole video, but hey, Nintendo! Hey, Nintendo, fix your terrible online service. This is unacceptable. $2 a year, folks, so...
In case if you're wondering who hit you with that red shell, that was me.
That's why I was jokingly saying that wasn't nice, because whenever I say, oh, that wasn't nice, 9 times out of 10, I'm just joking around, because I don't really mean that.
But yeah,
whoever who used that Horn, good job on using it, because the blue shell didn't work because of it.
In terms of what you were saying earlier, Nick, it's say whether or not I think Sonic Racing Cross is the best racer. Mario Kart World is good too in its own way for how it is as well, where you can just you can just pretty much drive anywhere, and Sonic Racing Crossroads is good right here with this gimmick right here that you can travel from one place to another in the middle of a race.
Yeah, honestly, well, all I was gonna say was, honestly, the open world basically got killed off, like the moment I played Knockout Tour. So I don't really care about the open world aspect.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think I have mentioned before that this game is fairly divided overall amongst the fan base. You know, obviously the open world appeals to some people, while to others it just doesn't. You know, I personally think it's a pretty cool concept, but I do agree that it does kind of wear out after a while.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool concept that I do think is worth expanding upon and polishing up in the next one. But as it stands right now, like, it's neat, but yeah, it does kind of wear it. Like, Furo mode, I think I only ever touch during like before we were doing sessions like this, where it's like if I don't want to do a race, and I'm waiting, I'll just like, but you know,
right.
But it's, you know, at the end of the day, like, I do think the open world aspect of the game could use like some refining and improving upon in the next one, because right now it is just kind of half-baked.
Yep, well, and I also think that, you know, it is kind of a thing where, like, you know, I think this kind of concept probably works for, like, one game. Like, you know, for one game this is a good idea, but I don't think it should become, like, the norm for Mario Kart, like, making every single future Mario Kart game like this.
No, I agree. It shouldn't be like this every Mario Kart game, because then it wears out real fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, if they were to do, like a Mario Kart 10, I guess you could say, I kind of hope that they abandon the you know, the open world aspect, and they just do, you know, your typical Mario Kart, but maybe bring back the double cars system, or not the double cars, but the double players system. That was the case in Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah.
We could now do 16 players.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or really just, you know, have some cool content in general for the 10th game. Like I said, I definitely do think part of the reason why they kind of experimented with this game was because of the fact that obviously, you know, it was the first mainline Mario Kart game in more than 10 years, so obviously they kind of figured like they probably kind of thought they had to do something unique and special with it, but I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Mario Kart 10 kind of is like more like a more traditional Mario Kart game that just has like some kind of like special things with it.
Yeah. Well, that and plus Mario Kart World is also a launch title, Switch 2. So I think they had to cut some corners here and there.
Yeah, that is fair too.
Also, I think it was like, I remember I did read up that like both World and DK Bonanza were like meant to be Switch 1 titles, but you know, because of, I think, if I remember, probably because of the timing or because of the better hardware, to utilize the concept of both Mario Kart and DK better than they just continued to do it.
DK was a hardware because they had trouble running DK on Switch 1. I'm pretty sure it was hardware.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Well, I did hear something about, well, that it is, not only did I hear that Mario Kart World was also supposed to be a Switch 1 title, that when they were trying to make it run on the Switch 1, it ran at 30 per second, unlike 60, and the developers they wanted to make it 60 frames per second because of that.
Yeah, it makes sense. The funny thing is about Bonanza is that like even though it is much better than the Switch 2 game, it still has like some occasional frame rate problems.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, truth be told, oh come on now, how is it supposed that Green Shell was gonna be there? You know, to be fair, like I do have Come Bonanza, but I have yet to beat it, so definitely no spoilers on that. But I kind of stopped playing it around the fire volcano or whatever it was I left off in. Then I just stopped playing it because I guess I just got distracted by other games, whatever.
That's fair. Do you know who the final boss is?
No, I don't know who the final boss is.
Good. I won't say it, obviously. Good.
But you know, but you know, just in case if he ever does decide to get into it, definitely don't want to spoil him on that either.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah.
Getting Donkey Kong Bonanza at some point in the future. I'm just am not quite ready to get it right now, simply because I want to try to get my hands on some other games. I am interested in playing first.
And I won't lie. But with Donkey Kong, at first I didn't like his character model that is used in Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. But I guess his character model grew on me, because now I don't really mind it.
Honestly, like, I didn't know what to make of it at first, but now I'm like, after playing both after playing Bonanza like a lot, I'm like, okay, this was kind of necessary to change it, because like, I do think the old design, as iconic as it was in DK was in kind of a need of an updated design, because like, if you put like the old like design that was used from the rare days up until like last year into Mario Kart World, I think it would stand out personally.
You know what's kind of funny though?
Everybody else was updated, so it's like,
you know,
that's
Well, you know what's kind of funny though? I think if you look at the box art of Donkey Kong Bonanza, Donkey Kong kind of looks like the Rareware design a little bit.
Yeah, the way I see it, it definitely is like the current design is like, obviously it's still the Rareware design in terms of the body, but I think the face is more in line with like the arcade DK before Rare redesigned DK.
It kind of reminds me like when I first saw Donkey Kong's character design, you know, back when they first announced Switch 2. To me, it looked more like Donkey Kong Jr. than it did Donkey Kong.
I mean, that makes sense depending on how you do the DK lore and Donkey Kong and all that.
To be honest with you, on the new design of Donkey Kong, of how it is right now, in my personal opinion, I do think it is pretty good right here for how they have done it, but I don't really personally think it is as good compared to the previous design, the way I look at it.
I will say one thing though, I think the new design is better with being more expressive.
Yeah, I do. That's also why I think a change was like overdue, because they definitely wanted a more expressive DK.
I've said my opinion on it before. I honestly really do love the new DK a lot. Like, yeah, he's definitely a lot more exaggerated and cartoony, but I also really do feel like that kind of plays into his goofy personality a lot.
Yeah, I think he's a character that deserves to be cartoony and goofy, because, I mean, come on, big gorilla.
Exactly.
Yeah, gorilla, you know, yeah, you gotta do it, you know.
I mean, he's a fucking gorilla with a necktie. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
By the way, while I had some fun times playing Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing Cross, character they have recently come out.
Oh, come on, that was a bunch of baloney.
I'm basically not as constant right here on those games compared to one that I literally play every day, as you may know, which is Asphalt Legend.
Yeah.
Come on, Gilly, can I slow down, please?
Yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, fault VideoGameFan96 for being into, you know, Asphalt. For me, I mean, I don't really care about it. I mean, I guess the only time I somewhat kind of cared about it, about Asphalt is on Asphalt 9 Legend, where they were doing the Sonic collaboration. But even then, I still didn't participate in that.
Anyway, GG, Dylan and Armon, who basically tied for that set.
Yeah.
GG, guys.
Alright.
Speaking of Sonic collaboration that they had in Asphalt Legends, that was basically a really fun event that I certainly loved. With me being a huge Sonic fan that really loved right here for several years. I would love that they had that kind of event in a racing game that I care for so much. And yeah, it was basically almost a year ago when it did happen, from what I know. And what was cool about that event when they did it was that they had decals of different Sonic characters on some of the featured cars.
Anyway, we're doing Knockout Tour now for our second thing, because like I said, typically for these videos, I like to try to go back and forth between regular and Knockout Tour, because Knockout Tour just is so much fun. But yeah.
Yeah, Knockout Tour, I love it. Best thing they added to this game, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
My honest opinion, Knockout Tour, I actually like it more than I do with the regular race thing. And believe me,
that's fair.
And believe me, I managed to get in first place on all the regular races and the rallies before, I think it was like before the update came out, where they toned down the AI difficulty. Is why I'm saying that is because well, to me, or at least on Knockout Tour on 150cc prior to the update, it felt like the AI was cheating. It felt like the AI. It felt like the AI was constantly on my toes and everything. And it you know, but so I am glad that I did manage to do it, you know, before the update, you know, before they toned down the AI. But like, but back then I was getting kind of a little bit frustrated because like I found it being a bit unfair in some instances. But hey, like I said, I did manage to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
And the whole point as to why I'm basically in the Asphalt Legend is because I'm a big fan myself, and in the car since from what I can remember.
Of course, you know, everybody is into different things, so you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, you know, force them to like stuff that I like and vice versa, because you know. Doing that kind of stuff is just not a good thing to do, because everybody is different.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. If we were all the same, I think the world would be pretty dang boring.
Amen to that.
Hey, that's what I... all the time.
Yeah.
You're 100% right about that.
The same thing I was, but I'm not going to force it, you know? That's what makes us different.
Do you remember this one time when I went to a Ford dealership that was previously nearby the place where I lived back in the day? And when I visited that one Ford dealership, I basically got to take a look at a convertible Ford Mustang, and then afterwards, the people at that dealership gave me a picture of a Ford Shelby GT350R for me to keep it in my room right here, which was very cool.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome, actually.
It's cool.
Oh, shoot! Aw, dang, I literally got hit at just the worst time. That sucks.
Oh, you're out?
Did you get hit?
Well, no, I'm not out, but I was in first, and I got hit with the blue shell when I was like still in the air, like trying to get to the, you know, the the cable or whatever, so it kind of screwed me.
You're welcome.
Well, hey, if you think that's bad, despite the fact that I had the star, I accidentally like didn't like go to the middle portion of the cannon or whatever, and that made me fall off.
You can steer the bullet bill?
Oh, I still see you out there, Nick. I thought the one you were saying earlier, I thought you were out already.
Yeah, no, I'm not out.
I'm sorry, that's news to me.
What happened?
I just found out you can steer the bullet bill.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
I was just having the control stick because I was moving it.
I figured that out.
That is honestly crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
I was playing the control stick for a second, like, where I'm moving it.
Yeah, that is another thing I will say about this game is that, you know, like, don't get me wrong, you know, I do like some nice and crazy items, but sometimes, at least for a couple of items like that bullet bill thing you were just mentioning, I do kind of feel like a couple of them are a little bit too OP at times, as weird as that might seem to sound.
Yeah.
They buffed the golden mushroom so bad, so good this game. I get that.
I
kinda did, yeah.
just got Fishbone. I love Fishbone. Holy crap.
Nice,
That
congrats
was me.
on getting Fishbone.
And since I was talking about Asphalt Legends, it's being reported, people can actually try to win a Porsche 918 Spider Asphalt Edition in the Porsche Selection Spotlight, which is very nice. And the community have actually made this car right here. And how it works? Basically, they have this thing in past months right here where people can vote on specific options for different parts of the car for how it should look. And basically, depending which option of each part got the most votes, that's what basically would go on the car. And basically, after those options were set, the entire car is put together for the whole community to enjoy, which I do think is very, very nice. And literally, you can also kind of say it's free to win as well, where
I'm gonna test this out one more time. I got a bullet bill again. Let's see. I'm slightly controlling it.
Yeah. The thing of it is, I don't know if this is the case in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I know you can do. Oh, good thing the super horn popped up when it did.
And basically, for how this works right here is that people can win the Porsche 918 Spider Asphalt Edition in the Porsche Selection Spotlight, where they can get it after they clear a couple missions right here. That literally all the guaranteed blueprints to unlock the car get given out after they reach Tier 2.
I was in 8th, and then like I got Mario Karted, and now I'm out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Sorry.
I know how that feels.
Yeah, believe me, I don't like it when I get Mario Karted, or like I said from earlier, seeing Crossworlds carded, because like, you know, like you're doing so well, and then you're gonna find out you just get bombarded with items.
Yeah. I know. Unfortunately, Mario Kart do be like that.
Yep, that's just the Mario Kart / kart racer experience for you.
Yeah, wouldn't be Mario Kart without the chaotic stuff, so can't complain there.
Yeah, for sure.
I
that chaotic DS though.
Like I said, I will. I think at some point I will try to create like a Mario Kart like etiquette thing, like I did with Mario Party the other day in my server. But like I said, it probably might be a little bit more lenient, just because I do kind of feel like Mario Kart does inherently kind of lend itself to chaos on the track.
Yeah. Sometimes in Mario Kart the chaos is just unavoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I agree with that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it seems like in Mario Kart Wii, it seems like that one is the game. It seems like Mario Kart Wii, that is the one where the blue shell appears a lot. And also for the record, I'm not saying Mario Kart Wii is. For the record, Mario Kart Wii is not bad by any means. But I kind of think Mario Kart Wii is a bit overrated. I still think games like Mario Kart DS is better, but that's just me.
To be honest with you, I don't like Wii because what they did to the bikes.
Oh, that's fair.
Because like, it makes no point. It's no point picking a kart in a game because bikes just 100% better. So it's like half the game you can't even play.
I have nostalgia for Wii, so I'm biased.
The reason as to why I kind of find Mario Kart Wii overrated, is, well, part of it is because the art style that they went with it. Like, you know, I think like even for the time, I thought the game didn't look all that great, and then I find the original Galaxy to look way better graphically.
One of my most controversial opinions is that I absolutely just, you know, and if you're wondering why, it's mostly because the ridiculous AI in that game and the fact that, I don't know, I just feel like it has not aged very well at all. I absolutely just hate Mario Kart 64. I just hate that game. Like, I unironically just think that's like one of the worst racing games.
That's my childhood game. I grew up on that game, so I can't hate it at all.
Mario Kart 64 has a certain charm to it that it makes me not hate it, but I totally understand why some do.
Yeah, you know, I'm definitely one of them.
It kind of reminds me of the Shadow the Hedgehog game, where, to me, I find that a guilty pleasure of mine, because, like, I understand why a lot of people does not like the Shadow the Hedgehog game, but to me, I find it guilty pleasure. Yeah, I know it's not good, but I can't bring myself to hate that game either.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, obviously I'm doing a Shadow the Hedgehog playthrough right now, so I'm biased, but even for as flawed as that game is, I always have a lot of respect for it, both for its uniqueness and the fact that, you know, I really do feel like that game kind of is like kind of reminiscent of a time back when developers actually used to be kind of creative with what they try with games and stuff. Like, you know, nowadays they would never ever try like a super edgy Sonic game that, you know, had like guns and shit. Whereas back in like the mid 2000s, you know, that was all the rage. So I do respect the fact that back then they were still being creative with that kind of stuff.
Well, GG's, Armon.
GG's. At the very least, we did get a new Shadow game, which may not have guns, but it's still pretty damn good. So
yeah, Shadow Generations, I agree, it's good. You know, yeah, Shadow Generations, I actually like that more than Sonic Generations. Like, you know,
honestly, like I love Sonic Generations, but Shadow Generations just, oh man, that game is really good.
I'm going to share a hot take. I did not like Shadow Generations at all. I hate the controls in that game. I tried it. I tried it 5 times. I hate how stiff he is. I'm sorry. I just cannot like that game.
Hey, that's completely valid. I do agree. That Shadow does control stiff. I do agree, but you know, I don't know. I didn't think he controlled that bad, but I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, my guilty pleasure game is probably Sonic Forces.
That one time I'm on.
Yeah, don't get. I respect your opinion. But all I'm gonna say for the record is, oh boy, do I despise Sonic Forces.
Oh no, don't get me wrong, it sucks, but it's like, it's one of those games where it's like, I know this is bad, but for some reason, I just replay it every so often because, well, one, it's only 4 hours, maybe even 3, but it's also like, I don't know, if I want a bad game to riff on by myself or even with friends sometimes, I'll be like, yeah, I'll boot up Forces and just shut my brain off and play it.
That's basically my exact opinion on the Shadow the Hedgehog game. Like I said from before, I know it's bad, but I can't bring myself to hate it. So yeah, everyone. Of course, I'm not saying people aren't allowed to like Sonic Forces or Sonic 06. People can like what they like, but you know, it's just some games I really do despise. You know, sometimes I just don't really like it. You know, I'm not gonna go over a big rant about Sonic Forces or X or anything like that. All I'm gonna say is, hey, for games that are known to be bad, but if you like it, well, hey, I won't judge.
Yeah. Everybody got their own guilty pleasures for a video game. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's why I love Shadow myself.
I acknowledge that Forces is like legitimately bad, but again, it's like if I want like a functional 3-hour game I can shut my brain off to, if I have nothing else to play, I'll be like, fuck it, I'll boot up Forces.
That's fair.
You know, I don't know if this is considered bad, because a lot of people say it's bad, some people say it's good, but I guess my guilty pleasure is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I can't find hate. I love playing that game. Yeah, it wants someone just to chill, play. when I just want to build something, I just boot that game up.
I'm not much of an Animal Crossing fan, so I can't really speak on that game to be honest.
Yeah,
but I've kind of heard like mixed things about it. Like some people seem to really love it, others not so much. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to touch your brain off. That's it.
Because with Animal Crossing New Horizons, I used to have that game, but I stupidly sold that, and I really wish I didn't get rid of that, especially because now even if I were to download a separate app, I can't get my island back.
Yeah, see, that's like, I'm slowly going to digital now because like, I'm a hardcore physical person, but now, like with this, like losing items and stuff like that, I'm trying to go digital now because like I hate losing stuff and I have to buy it all over again. To be honest,
I think the only reason I'm digital is because I just don't have room for a lot of my games, and I have
that makes
a big
sense.
digital library, so it's like
you got like an SD card.
That's completely fair. You know, although in some cases, you kind of have no choice but to get it digitally, because for example, if you want to get Persona 3 Reload on the Switch 2, then you may as well get it. Then you may as well get it digitally, like I did, because
the digital is a game key card.
game key card.
They're just trying to save money these days by not doing on physical no more.
Still my island. Yeah.
Apparently. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Apparently, Persona 3 Reload. Apparently, they were going to put it as a Switch 1 title, but then they ended up rushing it and just made it to Switch 2 instead. But the thing of it is
half frame rate.
Well, see, from my experience, that's the thing though. From my experience, frame rate prior to the update, I thought it ran just fine prior to the update. And so people were saying, oh, the frame rate's bad on the Switch 2. I think the only time it lagged on me was probably one of the random battle encounters. But other than that, I thought it ran just fine prior to the update. But at least now I have an excuse. Play it on 60 frames per second in my next playthrough, considering that the PS4 version runs at 30.
Yeah, I think for me it's like I don't care about like, I mean, of course in some games I want a 60, in some games I'm like I can go either way. Like Persona 3 Reload, that's a RPG visual novel hybrid, so it's like I'm fine with that being 30. This felt kind of weird because I think the Switch 2 version could have done it right out of the gate, and I'm glad they added it eventually. So.
Well, you know, I'm not saying 30 frames per second is bad, because it's not. But what I'm saying is, I would like to, try something different. See how that is in comparison.
Nice.
Yeah. Come on. I do want to play the game. Like, I haven't seen the Switch 2 version yet. So I might do that soon. But yeah, I'll definitely see like what it's like and how it is.
Nice try.
But it's also like if your game, but also like if you optimize your game for like a 30 frames per second, then like I'll be fine with that too. I guess it just depends on what kind of game it is and how it's optimized. Like, just to give an example, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I remember one person was like, I need like the performance mode on PS5 when I'm like, I've been playing FF7R since PS4. So the Switch 2 version being locked to 30, that's like no problem for me.
Come on, stay away.
Well, I kind of do want to get Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated on the Switch 2, because why not? It's just I played the demo version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I didn't really care for it, but now that it's on the Switch 2, I'm actually kind of having second thoughts, and I kind of want to give it a try. But that's of course whenever I get the cash for it, because nowadays with my personal life, nowadays it seems like I don't really buy as much games as I used to nowadays.
Yeah. Also, like for what it's worth, FF7R on Switch 2 also has a demo like the PS4 version. But unlike the PS4 version, this one I think does save your progress. So I'd say give it a go. I love the game.
Hey, Thanks for the tip. I might consider trying the demo on my Switch to see my opinions have changed in terms of the gameplay, and maybe I'll ask for it for Christmas or something. Towards my stepdad or something.
Yeah, and Rebirth.
I remember.
And if you like the remake, then Rebirth is like even better.
I remember how frustrated you were that one time when you played Mario Kart 64 on your channel, Nick, where you kept having to redo some races. I really like that kind of thing in past Mario Kart titles, when you finish at a certain position or lower.
Oh no, I see you!
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, admittedly, part of that is because, you know, I've not grown up with Mario Kart 64 as much as I have some of the other Mario Kart games. But even still, just, you know, with the way it plays and stuff, and like I said, the AI is just so frustrating in that game, you know, just makes me really dislike it. I can definitely understand, like I said, why some people love that game, you know. It definitely is kind of reminiscent of like a, you know, kind of like a period back when Nintendo games, I guess, used to be, you know, a bit more simple and creative, but to me, it just doesn't cut it.
I get it, like, if you, as a big Mario Kart
opinion on, as for my opinion on, you know, Kirby, not Kirby, sorry, Mario Kart, 64, as for my opinion, I don't, like, you know, like, I mean, I don't think it's, you know, bad necessarily. I could definitely see why people don't like it, especially.
Yeah,
I mean,
Super Mario Kart
thing.
Super Mario Kart objectively is definitely like one of the weaker Mario Kart games, but I mean, kind of makes sense because it was the first one, so obviously it's not going to be as like jam-packed or fun as the later ones, but it's definitely rough, and it definitely has not aged well.
It's fine if you don't really care too much for Mario Kart 64 yourself, Nick. But I personally think that is a very good classic in the Mario Kart series for sure. And as for Mario Kart Wii, find it one of the more popular titles in the series for a lot of people, especially for how good the online was back in the day.
Yeah, my take on Mario Kart 64 is I definitely do see its age, and I do prefer other kart racers from that generation, like Diddy Kong Racing or Crash Team Racing. But, you know, 64 has its own charm that I don't think a lot of other, like, Mario Karts have, if that makes sense.
As for me, as for my opinion, I do like the original Crash Team Racing, but I think the remake is even better.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I love Crash Team Racing.
And matter of, I think a couple of weeks ago or whatever. I did finally manage to unlock Dr. Nefarious Trophy by doing all of the Dr. Nefarious Trophies times. So I did manage to unlock him, but like. Oh boy, one of my favorite tracks, I think it's called Meteor Gorge. Oh boy, like, yeah, they were not kidding around with the developer times, like, holy crap, they're hard.
I bet, yeah.
No matter what's happened with 80 marker our opinions on it, I think we can all agree that why is a coin an item?
I know, that is definitely kind of strange.
I've never been a fan of that.
That's so stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, like, I don't know why, I agree. I don't know why coins are even an item. Coins are very common to get in the races, anyways. It kind of because at least with Omochao, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, at least Omochao has an excuse going for it, because at least when you use Omochao and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, you can literally go off road with Omochao slowing down.
Yeah. Also, I guess to give my quick opinion on Mario Kart Wii, I'm nostalgia biased. I acknowledge why, like, I don't know. I like Mario Kart Wii. I wouldn't call it my favorite, but I do still like it, mostly because of nostalgia, because that was the one I grew up with.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
I understand that.
Yeah, same.
That's Mario
back in the day as well.
Also, it's got Funky Kong, so that is one thing going for it. He's like the best character.
Funky Kong, I remember hearing Funky Kong is probably one of the most broken characters of Mario Kart Wii as well.
Oh yeah, like I think he's the best in terms of like overall stats. So you like I think if you pair him up with like one of the bikes that's like
Flame Runner, I think it's called.
Competitive. What was it?
I think it's called a Flame Runner.
Yeah, I'm supposed to hold ZL. you know, in order to, you know, hold items behind me, because here in Mario Kart World it does automatically. So I keep sometimes I forget about that.
I actually, so much that I haven't played 8 Deluxe in a long time, so I forgot that wasn't a thing for a while there.
Although, yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I am happy that was like one of the best-selling, you know, Switch 1 games of all time. So
I think one of the best-selling games of all time too.
Yeah, along with like Smash Ultimate and stuff, because I believe Smash Ultimate is like the best-selling fighting game of all time, right there with Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
You know what's sad though? Smash Ultimate made Smash 4 irrelevant. Because like each Smash game has like own fans, but nobody ever talk about Smash 4 on the Wii U.
Yeah, and whenever people do talk about Smash 4, it's just like, yeah, it existed.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I know this game. Not this game, but I know this particular game. That I'm going to say is very hated, but like, I don't care what people say. But my favorite Smash game is Brawl because of the Subspace Emissary. I don't care what people says about it being too floaty and stuff.
Brawl is weird because, like, I think gameplay-wise it is one of the weaker ones, but in terms of like content, it is one of the strongest.
Right.
I
agree.
I've actually kind of, you know, I've kind of gone through a long history with Brawl, where, like, you know, obviously I loved it when it first came out because it was my childhood. Then I kind of, you know, went with them at what was seemed to be like a common growing opinion, like back in like 2013 through 2016 or whatever. Like everybody was saying it was too slow and stuff, so I kind of, you know, if it was my opinion based on that. But then in recent years, I really have grown more appreciation for it. You know, I still wouldn't say it's my favorite Smash game, but I do think it's pretty fun in its own right, and I do think it definitely, you know, it's kind of like I do think it definitely, you know, has some positive aspects that I wish people would appreciate more. So like its unique art style, the Subspace Emissary. It's got good stuff.
Is the random slipping.
Yeah, that is like.
And honestly, here, like I don't think I would have gotten into Smash if it wasn't for Sonic coming into Brawl. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it's like, it's so weird. Like, I wanted Brawl as a kid. I never got it as a kid. So the first Smash Bros. I actually got into was Smash 4. So in that sense, like, I understand. I mean, you know, it is still like the just there one, but at the same time, I do appreciate Smash 4 for really getting me into Smash Brothers, since it was like the Smash Brothers I managed to get. Because, like, okay, so when I got my Wii U, I got the bundle with Splatoon 1 and Smash 4. So...
Oh my god, I love Splatoon 1. I missed that game.
It was a great game, to be fair. But, you know, Smash 4 was the one that got me into Smash, so I can't really, but it is still probably one of the weaker ones.
Yeah, Smash Wii U is definitely a shared Smash game. It's just, the thing about it is just that compared to the other Smash games, there's just nothing about it that stands out to me.
No, the funny is, I think the 3DS version is better. Smash Run.
See, that's the thing though. Smash 4 had a very stupid name for it. Smash for Wii U, Smash for 3DS. If anything, they should have called it. They should have called it Super Smash Bros. The Wii U version. They should have called it Super Smash Bros. Universe. With the giant U, to coincide with the Wii U, and the 3DS version, I think they should have called it 3D verse with the giant 3D logo on there.
No, I just thought something funny.
We'll see, so it makes it even better.
And also in terms of the Smash series, my favorite one of those I really do care about is the original, simply because that is my favorite game of all time. And the main reason for that is because it started the whole series that we all came to love, and it was made the year I was born.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
What's up, Nick?
I was just gonna say, in terms of Smash games, I probably wouldn't come like this, and I definitely do agree with a lot of what Daniel was saying about Ultimate. But I'd probably say, you know, something like, you know, it'd probably go like Ultimate, then Melee, because I always had a lot of nostalgia for Melee, then Brawl, then the original Smash, and then Smash 4. That's probably how I'd rank them.
On the 3DS.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting. Talking about Smash 4 Wii U and 3DS is very interesting because, like, they're the same game, but they aren't. I guess I don't know. It's very weird.
Well,
The same roster, same balance, same everything, but it's like the content is different. And the stage
well, you know,
different.
The Smash, you know, Smash 4. Yeah, Smash 4. You know, the day, like, you know, of all them trailers, you know, because I was trying to keep up with the news at the time. I was excited on quite a bit of things that they announced, like Mega Man coming into Smash. That was before I became a Mega Man fan, but hey, we got Mega Man in there. And I remember, and I especially remember being very excited when they showed off Cloud in coming into Smash. I was really excited on that because I do consider myself a Final Fantasy fan.
You know what's interesting? Okay, so I got into FF7 for Remake, so naturally by that point, you know, Cloud had already gotten his due in Smash, but the same, I got into I played Remake the same year when it came out, same month. I don't think it was like launch day, but it was like launch month. And then later that year, who was announced? Sephiroth. So I was very excited about that.
Oh yeah.
I got you for that.
Believe me, I do like Sephiroth. I mean, like I don't main Sephiroth or anything, but Sephiroth is really cool to play as.
Yeah, I like his kit. Sephiroth's weird in Smash, but I do appreciate like his kit and like how balanced he is compared to the rest of Fighters Pass 2.
Yeah, and then when they showed off Sora, I was so surprised on that because I didn't think we'd have two Square Enix characters. Like I said, I guess technically Sora is a Disney character, but I was surprised. Because like I didn't think Sora would come into Smash because we already had Sephiroth, and lo and behold, we got Sora. And boy, I mean, like, granted, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan, far from it, but like, I was very excited. Like, I was excited.
Like, I'm not much of a KH fan either, but like, I was still very happy for people who wanted Sora. Like, that was
heck, I'll go as far to say that I was actually more excited for Sora coming into Smash, Bayonetta and Smash, back in Smash 4. So I was really excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that because at least with Sora, I at least knew who he was. But with Bayonetta, I'm like, who the heck is Bayonetta? Kind of like Terry, but we'll go over that probably momentarily. But yeah, you go ahead now.
Yeah, I got into the Bayonetta games like after her Smash 4 inclusion, and I think I got into it because of Smash, even though like she was so infamously broken in Smash 4.
Yeah, that's
yeah, you know, it kind of reminds me of something with Shulk. I mean, because to be fair, I remember like I didn't like I think it was back in 2016, 2017 or whatever. But basically, I remember there was this one friend who I used to talk to, but not anymore. Back on the Miiverse days, Q Meister, I think his username was. So anyways, he I guess I was talking to him about JRPGs or something, and he was telling me about Xenoblade Chronicles. I was looking at the Wii U eShop page, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because to me it looked like an MMORPG and not a turn-based RPG. But I figured, hey, why not give it a shot? And well, the rest is history on that one because the original Xenoblade Chronicles is my all-time favorite game, along with Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal being a very close second.
By the way, I just do want to say real quickly that this knockout show right here is going to be the last thing we do for this video. After this knockout show, I'm going to be ending this segment.
Understandable.
When it comes to Sora and Smash, he was definitely a very fitting way to end off the DLC when it came to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Because I know a lot of people out there were just surprised to see him in. And not only that, he was the #1 requested fighter for what people really wanted to see be playable right here. So for Sora to end off the DLC several years ago in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, glad they were able to make that happen, especially for how awesome his trailer was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion in regards to Schultz and and all that. So in terms of my two favorite games, Xenoblade Chronicles and Persona 5 Royal. But one of these days, I am gonna want to eventually get the definitive edition, since that one is not only looks better, plays better, but it also contains a brand new story that takes place after the events of Xenoblade Chronicles. And one of these days, I also want to get Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Despite that one, I remember hearing not being very well received because of Rex, and also because of it being more anime or whatever. So, that one wasn't very well liked.
I go back and forth because I think 2 has more stuff to complain about than 1, but I still think the good stuff in 2 is really good. Also,
but there's definitely no spoilers. There's definitely no spoilers on that one because I definitely want to go through that one blind.
No, yeah, don't worry.
Something I talked about that was
you missed it. I'm on.
Something that I haven't talked about yet about the Porsche 918 Spider Asphalt Edition and Asphalt Legends when I was speaking about that earlier is that not only you can consider it a free car that you could win by getting to Tier 2 in the Porsche Selection Spotlight, it's even an S-Class car too, which makes it very special.
I don't know who's throwing this stuff at me, but they didn't stop it, please.
Well, if I'm hitting you, I'm not trying to, but like...
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just having fun.
I'm having fun too, don't worry. Besides, I'm starting to think I'm gonna get knocked out of the knockout tour anyways, because I'm at 15 plates right now, so I don't think I'm gonna make it, but I'll just see.
Yeah, I might just barely make it by myself.
Just
no, PS you have the last second, shoot. You don't know.
And just to make sure from earlier, who was saying that they got a bundle of the Wii U with Splatoon 1?
I did. Yeah, it was Splatoon 1 and Smash Brothers for Wii U. That was the bundle I got.
I just want to be clear by the name. Was it Grant that was speaking?
Yes, it's me again, Go High. That was me.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure, because since you were talking about Splatoon 1, I'll certainly never forget the moment out here in my personal life, but this was one of the biggest accomplishments that I ever had personally, where a couple days before the Wii U shut down for online play, I was able to get to the maximum level in Splatoon 1, which was spent...
Nice.
Very nice, Daniel.
And believe me,
I remember I was there for that incident. That was so awesome. Wasn't that just amazing, Dominic?
Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No, I remember I was there for that moment just like you. Wasn't that just amazing, Dominic, when we were all just there cheering him on?
That's what I was trying to say. Basically, what I was trying to say was not only were we cheering him on, I was also another one of the people that was there along with Nick. That was really cool to say the least. Like, granted, honestly, I'm not really into Splatoon as of right now of this video. I'm not really into Splatoon, but but I decided to be there for VideoGameFan96, and I'm glad I showed up when I did because he was able to do that on the literal, because he was able to do it pretty shortly before the server shut down.
Yeah. Right, and I literally put so much hard work into it. I wanted to make sure it got accomplished before the online play on the Wii U was over. So, since I was able to make that happen, it makes it one of the best moments in my life. And yes, I do have a video of that on my channel where I did hit the max level in Splatoon 1, so it makes it even more special that I was able to capture that moment on camera.
All the same, VideoGameFan96 needs a good friend, so obviously, obviously, you know, I'll be there to support them as best I possibly can. You know, because hey, when it comes to good friends, you know, obviously we do the best we can to support each other.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's always the best thing you got to do with friends.
Yep.
Yeah, it comes
Like,
to
you know,
show.
like, yeah, that's just my opinion on the matter on that one.
Somebody out here when you do beat them by their sides, especially when it comes to big moments like what I was talking about, or what I was able to do in Splatoon 1, like I said.
Yep, I think I'm done.
Does anybody like this part of the track, like, at all?
Not really.
Not really.
Me neither. Okay, I thought, like, I'm one who hated this shit. It's so narrow, it turns so quickly.
Yeah, it especially sucks when you're speeding up so much like I was.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. I'm still surviving.
I don't know how I'm still here, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely getting close for sure.
Oh, we were talking about stuff earlier about guilty pleasures. No, this is more of a movie, but I don't care. I mean, like, I can totally see why people don't like it because it's mean-spirited. I understand why, but you know, this movie, it was also part of my childhood too, so I have a bias towards that. But I remember this movie, I don't think it's as bad as people tell. I can definitely see why people don't like it. Is Chicken Little. I can definitely see why a lot of people don't like that movie. I can definitely see why, but you know, I don't think it's as bad as people said this. But I can definitely see where people are coming from.
I don't want to go into detail, but as a person with father issues, I despise that movie. I see why you like it.
That's valid.
I don't even remember Chicken Little, to be honest with you. Like, I've seen that movie maybe twice in my life, and both times I kind of just forgot it existed.
Well, hey, I guess it's better for you to not remember. But based on my experience with the movie, I didn't think it was as bad. But of course, everybody has different opinions, of course. So, well, I won't fault for those who hate the movie because I can definitely see why people don't like it. Like I said.
Yeah, for sure. But either way, like I said, all I really remember of Chicken Little was literally just the intro song, and that's it.
Just a quick side note, I just beat what you call it, Dylan for half a second.
For me, my guilty pleasure movie is The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It is like peak Robert Rodriguez, like 2000s Robert Rodriguez, like cheesy ass CG heavy movie, kids movie.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't speak. I've never seen that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in gosh knows how long, but I remember watching that movie all those years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think if I have a guilty pleasure movie of sorts. I'm sure there might be one somewhere, just not really coming to mind right now. I guess not really necessarily a guilty pleasure movie per se, because I do still think it's kind of a bad movie. I guess like more so a movie that like, you know, that I can maybe at least laugh at despite how bad it is. Might be with the 2015 movie Pixels, because even the movie is definitely pretty bad in terms of like the writing and the acting, all that stuff. It's kind of like comically bad, if you know what I mean. Like, it's one of those movies that's kind of like just fun to watch, just to poke fun of how bad it is, I guess.
I mean, that's how I feel about Shark Boy and Lava Girl, so I get that.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, not really guilty pleasure per se, because it definitely is a bad movie. But like I said, it's just one of those movies, bad movies, where even though it is bad, I don't really mind watching it just because of that. If that makes any sense.
I think that's what guilty pleasure means to me. Is like, yeah, you acknowledge that this thing you like watching / playing / maybe reading if it's a book isn't that great, but you get pleasure out of, like, you get some pleasure out of it, and you know, out of this thing that not a lot of people like.
For sure. But anyway, that all aside, that's gonna do it for this segment of Mario Kart World. So thank you guys all for participating, and I hope Dominic and everybody else had a great time for this pretty special segment for his right here, because it was a great time for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
I'll take care of everybody. I'm gonna rest my foot.
All right, yeah, for sure. Please recover soon, Astro. I hope your foot gets better soon. And
I'll be at later tonight though for Mario Party.
Yep. See you later tonight for that. And I'll also see you guys all for segment number 4 of this special, which will be coming up very soon. So take care.